stand on an issue by presenting reasonable arguments supported by properly cited factual evidences. Logical fallacies. Ano nga ba ang logical fallacies? Logical fallacies, pakibasa, everyone?
These are errors in reasoning that invalidate an argument.
Alam niyo man ako ng logical fallacies since nakailan na tayong nito. So, pahapiyaw na lang din sa iba. And mas marami siya kaysa sa kilo. First na logical fallacies ay false dilemma. False dilemma. It occurs when an arguer presents his or her argument as one of only two options despite the presence of multiple possibilities. So, tingnan natin yung example. Either you fully devote yourself to company or you quit. So, dito sa fallacy na to, binibigyan lang tayo ng dalawang option. Kung ma-quit or hindi. Kung oo or hindi. Doon lang siya. Ang next na fallacy, appeal to ignorance. Alam nyo nga na, ang tinatawag din natin na argumento at ignorancia. Ang fallacy na to, it occurs when something is instantly concluded to be true just because it is not proven to be false, and vice versa. Example, the writer does not talk about the connection between the victim's killer and his sister. So there must be none. So ibig sabihin, sa example na to, pinapakita lang na porket walang nagko-contradict sa first na statement, yun na yung totoo. Ayun po. Next na policy. Pakibasa.
Slippery slope.
Ano kaya ang policy na to? Lord, pakibasa.
Occurs when a series of increasingly superficial and unacceptable consequences is given.
Okay. Ang slippery slope daw nangyayari if nagbibigay na tayo ng sunod-sunod na mga possible na mangyari dahil lang sa isang statement. Bakit? Tingnan ang example. If we ban computer shops, then students will not be able to do research. And if they do not have tools for research, these students will fail their subjects. So yung sunod-sunod na siya, nagko-conclude na tayo ng maraming bagay dahil lang sa isang bagay. Isang example niya yung nauso sa Facebook dati na pag naiwan daw yung ballpen niya, hindi siya makakapagsulat. Pag hindi siya nakapagsulat, mag-fail siya. Pag na-fail siya, hindi siya magiging successful sa future. Ano lang yun? Ang next na fallacy ay complex question. Ang fallacy na to, it occurs when two or more points are rolled into one and the reader is expected to accept or reject both at the same time. When one point may be satisfactory while the other is not. Sa example po, have you stopped cheating on exams? Anong nangyari dito? Sa complex question. So, ang complex question po, sabi sa paliwanag ka, the reader is expected to accept or reject both at the same time. Ang sagot lang naman po dito ay yes or no. Yun na po yun. Tapos sabi dito, when one point may be satisfactory while the other is not, pinoprove lang ito yung di ba, masagot siya kung yes or no. Sabihin niya man na yes or no, pinukonclude na dati pa rin, nag-cheat na siya sa exams. Wala. Gets po? Yes. Appeal to force, na-discuss mo na ang tinatawag din na argumentum ad baculum. Nagagamit siya ni force. It appears when a threat instead of reasoning is used to argue. Example, if you do not admit that evolution is not real, we will isolate you from the group. Yun na nagamit siya ng force na pagbabawalan. Next na argument, na fallacy. Appeal to pity, which ay na-discuss na rin. Ang tawag natin, argumentum
sir.
At misericordiam. It occurs when the element of pity is used instead of logical reasoning. Gumagamit po siya ng emotions para ma-convince tayo. One example is, please do not fire me for being absent all month. I have a sick mother and a special child to support. Nagpapaawa siya para maniwalaan siya. Ang next na fallacy, appeal to consequences. Yeah. It occurs when unpleasant consequences of believing something are pointed out to show that the belief is false. Okay, pakibasa nga example.
You can believe that colonialism is bad because if it were, then you would not be civilized.
Ang appeal to consequences po, nagsasabi siya na kung dahil sa sarong bagay na then yung mangyayari, though may mga bad siyang influence, arrogance sa example. Kahit daw ang colonialism ay bad, naging maganda man rin ang epekto niya kasi na-civilize tayo. Ang complete question, meron siyang ang appeal to consequences, ang form niya po if X is true, then Y will happen. Tapos if X is true, then Y will happen. Dito, ang sabi dito, kung totoo daw ang colonialism, kung nangyari ang colonialism, then masisivilize tayo. Bandwagon. Alam niyo man ang anong bandwagon? And then, parang pareho lang siya sa appeal, argumentum ad populum, gumagamit ng dami ng tao. It occurs when an argument is considered to be valid because it is what the majority thinks. Sa example, most Filipinas want to have fair skin because they think they look beautiful. Therefore, having fair skin must be the real standard of beauty. Paano po naging standard of beauty yung fair skin? Kasi nga, yun yung iniisip siya ng marami. Ano po ba legal? Madalas siyang ginagamit sa commercial para ma-persuade si mga audience. Next na fallacy, attacking the person, ang tinatawag ng argumentum ad hominem. It occurs when an argument is considered to be valid because it is because pig a-attack just other person. Sa example, I cannot accept your argument because unlike me, you were not educated at Harvard University. Yan. Pig, iwan niya na si kaulay niya. Yes, inatak niya. Next na fallacy, appeal to authority. It occurs when someone tries to refute an argument by attacking the character. Si ano po pala rin attacking the person. So, ang appeal to authority po, it occurs when an argument quotes an expert who is not qualified in a particular subject matter. So, ibig sabihin, gumagamit siya ng pangalan na hindi naman kabilang sa field. Halimbawa, isa siyang engineer, pero ginamit siya to prove sa medical field. So, ibig sabihin, isa siyang quality. Sa example, Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, recognized the effective public softening properties of Downy public softener. Siyempre, si Bill Gates, Mas malalim mo na siya sa Downy Fabric. Kasi nga, sa Microsoft siya. Oo, sa technology si Bill Gates, tapos biglang naging sa fabrics na sa clothes. Next is anonymous authority. The authority in question is not mentioned or named. For example, experts claim that eating peanuts causes pimples. Ang policy lang po nito ay nagsasabi na ang argument ay false if they state si pangalan na nagsabi. Sa next pong policy,
Has the generalization is occurs when a sample is not significant enough to support a generalization about a population. So, ibig sabihin lang kaya, not enough evidence ang isang argument. Example, Martha, the foreigner from France, is very impolite. So, French people are mean and rude. So, dito, sinabi na si Martha from France is very impolite. So, nag-conclude na ang French people are mean and rude. So, other example yan is strawberry, cherry, and apple. They are fruits. Therefore, all fruits are red. So, lahat ba ng fruits ay red? Yun lang yun. So, next policy is policy analogy. So, ano ba? False analogy. So, false analogy occurs when a writer assumes the two concepts that are similar in some ways are also similar in other ways. So, yan, yung writer nag-assume na ang two different subject, ginagamit niya in one situation. Example, drugs are like massage. They make you feel good. So, sinasabi dito na ang drugs daw ay parang pag nafe-feel mo is parang massage. So, nag-conclude siya na they make you feel good. Tama ba yun? So, ang ibig sabihin no, nag-false analogy na siya. So, next policy is accident. Occurs when a general rule is applied to a situation even when it should be an exception. So, example. Pakibasa nga na example.
Jaywalking is not allowed, so we should not have done that even when we were being chased by terrorists.
So, ano ang jaywalking? Yung pag-walk sa walang pedestrian lane. So, sinasabi dito, ang situation is may terrorist. Kung ina-attack na daw ng terrorist, tapos yung parang kailangan mo na kailangan mo na mag-jaywalking. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, yung situation na pag may by accident, kailangan mo nang parang suwayin yung general rule. Halimbawa, dito sa classroom, bawal sumigaw. Bawal sumigaw. Tapos, nagkaroon ng earthquake. So, biglang nagkaroon ng earthquake. So, hindi mo na maiiwasan na sumigaw or mag-panic. Yun ang example ng accident. So, next is post hoc. Is an informal policy that states since event A followed by event B, event A must have been caused by event B. So, ano ang example? So, example, Dina saw cat when they went home. Along the way, they crashed into a tree. The black cat must be the reason why they met an accident. So, anong naano nyo sa cause mo? Pwede mo bang ipaliwanag kung bakit cause and effect? Cause and effect. Bakit yan ang example for cause?
In post hoc is talking about how an event is a result of something. Parang nagko-conclude ka lang na epekto yun ng isang bagay. Kasi after mangyari yung isang bagay, may may nangyari kasi.
Tama. Nagets niyo yung post hoc? So next is wrong direction. Occurs when the direction between cause and effect is reversed. So kabaliktaran lang siya nung nauna sa post hoc. So example, liver damage leads to alcoholism. Anong mali dyan? Alcoholism. Yeah, baliktad. So dapat alcoholism leads to liver damage. So yan lang naman yung wrong direction. So sino makakapagbigay ng isa pang example ng wrong direction? Iba yan. Cyrus, for wrong direction. Example. Sige. Reverse ang ano niya. Cause and effect. Cancer leads to smoking. Tama. Okay, next policy is complex use. Occurs when the explanation for an event is reduced to one thing when there are other factors which also contributed to the event. Example, we were not able to solve the problem because of limited time, even if all the other groups were able to do so. So dito, yung isang situation, ang nag-focus lang sila sa isang factor which is limited time. Tapos, nag-conclude sila na even if all other groups were able to do so. Yan yung sinasabi, na may, pag nagka-problema sila, pero nag-focus lang sila sa isang factor, yung limited time. Pwede bang, ano bang ibang factor pang pwedeng mag-cause ng problem na hindi nila na-solve yung problem nila? Pwedeng tinamad sila or nahirapan sa isang problema. So, yun lang naman yung complex clues. Nagpo-focus lang sila sa isang factor na naging cause ng problem. So, irrelevant conclusion occurs when an argument which is supposed to prove something concludes something else instead. Example, we must support the fight for gender between men and women. Women have suffered enough violence at home. Violence against women must stop. So, anong naging problema dito? Argue. Anong sa tingin mo naging problema sa example niya?
Dapat daw, support for gender. Dapat, ang pinaglalaban ay gender equality, tapos nakabot, itigil ang pag-violence sa babae.
Yung argument niya is yung gender equality and na-conclude niya yung sa ano lang, women lang. Okay. Straw man. Occurs when the position of the opposition is twisted so that it is easier to refute. For example, opponent, we should relax the law governing the allowed smoking areas in the city. Ang policy naman is we should not do so because the number of smokers might increase. So, sino makakapagpaliwanag na kung bakit ganyan ang example ng straw? Kyle, pwede mo ba magpaliwanag kung ano ang example ng straw? Yung example sa straw. nilulugan yung pag-allowed sa smoking areas in the city. So sa policy, nag-refute siya sa opponent, which is we should not do so. Kasi pag niluwagan mo yung pag-allowed mo sa smoking areas, mag-i-increase ang number of smokers. Yun lang yun ang sa straw man. Nagre-rebut ka sa isang argument. Confirming the consent. Any argument of the form, if A is true, then B is true. If B is true, therefore A is true. Example, if you are drinking wine, you have a problem. Therefore, if you have a problem, you are drinking wine. So, ibig sabihin lang, pag nag-drink ka daw ng wine, may problema ka na. Pag may problema ka na, nag-drink ka ng wine. So, other example, pag bumagsak ka, hindi ka nag-aral. Pag hindi ka nag-aral, babagsak ka. Okay, next. Denying the accident. Any argument of the form, if A is true, then B is true. Either is true. If A is not true, then B is not true. Example, if you are drinking wine, you have a problem. Therefore, if you are not drinking wine, you do not have a problem. So, kabaliktaran lang yun ang nauna. Ano ang nauna? Confirming consent. So, dito, pag nag-aral ka, hindi ka babagsak. Pag hindi ka bumagsak, nag-aral ka. Next is inconsistency. Occurs when the arguments contradict one another. Example, Frank is older than Jake. Jake is older than Nolly. And Nolly is older than Frank. Anong mali dito?
Ano? Noli is older than Frank.
Joaquin, anong makikita mong mali?
Noli is older than Frank.
Bakit? Bakit sa
Frank
meron?
older than Jake, tapos si Jake is older than Noli. Hindi nakapunod si Noli.
Okay, nuggets na? Si Frank is older than Jake. Jake is older than Nolly. Tapos ang dinagdag niya, Nolly is older than Frank. Kasi si Frank nga is older than Jake. So dapat, nagkamali na siya sa Nolly. Kasi ang kinconclude niya, Nolly is older than Frank. Eh mas matanda nga si Jake kay Nolly. Di ba Frank is older than Jake? Jake is older than Nolly. And Nolly is older than Frank. So, dapat, Nolly is younger than Frank. Yun yung mali doon sa pag-conclude niya. So, next, tapos na tayo sa policy. And proceed na tayo sa factors on authenticity and validity of evidences or information. Relevance of the source. How well does the source support your stand? Sino makakasagot? How well does the source support your stand? Ikaw, Gyo, alam mo? Sino? Raise your hand kung sino gusto mo. Aguilon?
Kasi ito yung binabase mo may mga evidence. Kung may mga evidence yun, magsusupport na yun sa stand.
Yan, tama. So pag maayos yung source na kinukuhaan natin, mas masusuportahan yung stand natin. So next is authority or author's qualification. Is the author's name identified? Is the author's background, education, or training related to the topic? So sinasabi dito yung kung gaano ka reliable yung isang source, kung nandun yung authors na, tama ba yung pagkakasite ng ginamit mong source. Nandun ba yung author name, may background ng author, may education, or anything related to that topic. So next is currency or date publication. What is the date publication? So dito dapat yung, di ba pag nagre-research tayo, pag kumuha tayo ng mga related literature, dapat, anong year dapat? 5 years. 5 years. So dapat yung publication mo is latest or latest sa gagamitin mo para mas strong yung argument na magsusupport sa source. So next is contents or accuracy of information. Dito, does the author have a lot of citation in his or her text and or bibliography or work cited section? So sinasabi lang dito kung yung author ba properly yung pagka-cite niya ng mga ginamit niyang source na magsusupport na sa argument. Yun lang. So, next is location of sources. Where was the source published? What is the published digitally or printed? Is it a book or online? Kung saan mo siya kinuha, kung sa book or sa online. Kung syempre maglalagay ka ng source. Example niyan is www.economics.co. So, does it provide complete publication information such authors, editors, title, publication, and publisher? Yan yung natin, yung pag nagsasite tayo na sa research, yung ginagawa natin APA format. Yan yun, nandyan yung authors, editors, title, na kung anong date siya pinublish, saan siya pinublish, yan lang. So, what is your
Presentation of reasonable arguments and factual evidences to defend a stand. Ito po ang guidelines. First is letter C. It contains a clear proposition or statement that must be defended. So ano po ang proposition? Ang proposition po, si stand mo po sa sarong issue. Halimbawa sa abortion, kung agree ka or dae. Next is A. It assesses conflicting opinions or opposing views on the issue. Sa pag-defend po ng stand, kailangan i-state din si other opinion. So halimbawa, kung ikaw agree ka sa abortion, kailangan i-state mo pa rin yung kabila kung bakit hindi agree. Pero, letter T, it takes a firm stand on the issue. Siyempre, kailangan pa rin magkaiba ding rebuttal. Sa counterclaim, kailangan makaiba ka ng rebuttal kung paano mo madedefend si stand mo. Letter L, list of arguments in an organized manner to defend the stand. Kailangan organized po ang pagkakakonstruct from the general idea hanggang sa supporting details. Letter C, consider your audience and reader. So, bakit kaya kailangan i-consider ang audience and reader? Tracy?
Para alam mo kanino
Tama, para malaman kung kanino i-deliver and alam mo kung ano yung mga language and mga limitations na sasabihin mo. Yun lang naman po. So, bakit kaya importante na malaman ang mga, so conclude lang din, bakit importante na malaman ang mga fallacy sa pag-defending stand? Agyo?
Para maiwasan gamitin nasa argument.
Tama. So,
So, ang activity po, board game, tapos ang mechanics, we have 5 tools. Tapos ang counting. So, lahat ng group 1, magsama-sama. Tapos papagilid mo ng board. Ready na.
Respeto ba?
Ready na.
Miguel, atras daw, Miguel.
Number 1, these are the arguments opposing a stand.
Hello po, sa stand.
Go guys!
These are the arguments opposing a stand. Pwede mag-super argument?
Gagawal ba na, ano? Straw, man.
Boy, Justin, bawal na pagayan. Alin yan?
Laro lang!
Magbito na kayo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Counter arguments.
Okay, next!
Oh, number 2. Number 2. Of course, when an argument is considered to be valid because it is what the majority thinks.
Quiet! Wait lang! Oh, next!
Ready na. Number 3 Of course, when the element of speed instead of logical reasoning. 1,
Tapain na. Hindi
3,
talaga 4, 5. Oops!
Tama.
Lagyan niya ang score.
Okay, number 4. Of course, when a threat instead of listening to argue. 1, 2, 3,
Loy-loy lang.
5. 5 na. Tama si Deb.
Sayang dinilera.
Number 5.
Quiet!
Error in reasoning which weakens an argument.
Weekends an argument.
Weakens an argument. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 5.
Mali. Tama si Ok.
Number 6. Of course, when the direction between cause and effect is reversed.
Alvin, they're counted. Bala ka mo.
Ano man po ang kuya? Baby.
Quiet!
That's your business.
Of course, when the
Baby, you lara.
occurs when a sample is not significant enough to support a generalization about a population.
Oh! Mark! Go, Mark! Mark, we talked about this before!
business, so they must be real. 1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
5.
5.
Five na lang.
Ay, puta, ganito ka pala. Okay.
Namasan na question number 1. Next question.
Okay na daa? Okay na daa?
Yeah.
Next question. Next question. Tapos na.
Natanggal.
Next item.
Sundan na lang yan. ACB.
See, it convince people being written.
Same lang. Same lang.
Letter C, inconvenience. Letter A, between.
Wait lang.
Hanggang na si
Next.
Alam ng dulo.
next item.
Wait lang, John.
Finish na. Number 38.
Galing si Joey mag-ibigis.
Number 1 sila. Tapos na. Last number na. Tapos pambalikan na lang.
Gusto daw ang balikan na.
Change to your right.
Right. Dali ba?
So, number 1. Second lang. Sa'yo ma. Pwede ba? Sabihin kita lang. Letter D to identify weaknesses. What is the example of false What is the importance of credible sources in defending arguments? B. They ensure that arguments. Number 4. What is meant by cause of better? Number 5. What role do counter arguments play in arguments? Yes. Number 6. Why is it important to avoid logical fallacies in an argument? Boy. Number 6. B. Number 7. Why is the fallacy of appeal to pity ineffective in logical? Tama. Number 7. Number 8. Why do we need to evaluate the currency of a source when defending a position? Letter B. Boy. Number 9. Why should you avoid using anonymous sources in academic writing? Boy. Letter B. Boy. Number 10. Why is it important to present How does the Bandwagon fallacy weaken an argument? B.
Boy.
Number 12. How can it be generalization that is the benefit? Boy.
Ijulo sabi mo ulit eh. Sabi mo.
11B. Number 13. How does appeal to authority become a logical fallacy? Number 13. Number 14, letter B. That's number how to critical search describes in your argument. Letter B.
So yun lang po ang sa akin.